what were y'all looking for?
Exactly. But I guess coming into this year, maybe compared to last year, maybe some of the experience questions have been answered compared to a year ago. Is that one thing that maybe is a big difference with your group this year?
Yeah, I think that's fair to say. We got a lot of guys that have played in our 2 deep, and we feel we've still had competition across the board, and I do think that we'll continue to nurture the idea of the competition throughout the course of the season. I think that we have the quality of depth at a few positions and that allow us to do so, and I think it'll bring out the best in everyone. But we feel good about where we're at, both with our returning experience and certainly the experience that we were able to develop last year.
Coach, how far have Mario and Tyler come along in their progression, and do you feel whether they're ready to contribute yet?
I mean, we've got to get them ready to contribute, and they've come along. I don't know where exactly on the barometer. They're never anybody is never quite where you want them to be this early, and I think that growth will really take place with experience that they gain, and inevitably some failure that they'll have. As well, just all part of that maturation. But we're not afforded, the same depth there that we have at some other positions. So those guys we feel good about, what we recruited and who we recruited, and they've both have flashed during the course of fall camp, and excited about the future players that they're going to become. Yeah, he was just very consistent in every part of his game, and just a little bit more consistent. That was really about it. And we feel really good about Mark and where he's at. We've gotten the best version of Mark Fields since he's gotten here this fall camp and spring. Had a good spring. So we're excited about those 3 guys. And feel like we have 3 quality starter type guys there.
Health-wise, do you expect Mark to be able to go this weekend?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Brent, no concern about his knee.
Nope.
Brent, on the defensive line, you've had a couple guys move positions. You've had Albert move to the other side of the line, and you've also moved Xavier Kelly in interior now at 270 pounds. What gave you the confidence to move Xavier in at that weight, and what made the transition to move Albert to the other side?
Well, you're really looking at big picture too for Xavier, and he's got really good quickness and a great first step. He's got a tremendous frame. Maybe that 270 is what he's listed at. I bet you if we put him on a scale, he's heavier than that now. But just trying to put him in a position where he could be disruptive, and where we're a little bit short in the numbers this year. We've got some really good depth at defensive end, and to trying to find a way to get him on the field, and whether that's immediate or again in the very near future, trying to develop that. So Albert playing on the other side, he's playing nose and 3, either or, and most guys we try to do that. Sometimes with freshmen we don't, but we'd like to play left and right with those tackles if we can.
That front 4, they obviously got all the attention. You told us you'd really rather they not get all of it, but did you see anything out of them in fall camp that said they're not 100% focused and ready to go, and did they satisfy you that they're completely dialed in?
Yeah, they have been since they've been here. They've just continued to be who they've been. So they've been good. Very taking ownership and accountability and great leadership, and show up every day ready to compete. And I think the big thing for us is not to if they have a bad play or a bad series or a bad day, hey man, they're not perfect, and so I think sometimes we can judge them differently and sometimes unfairly, and so they're like anybody when it comes to that. But they've been great. They've been great.
You said a couple weeks ago, Chad Smith was right there, pretty close to the starting group at linebacker. Were you expecting him to have as good a camp as he
Breakout. Chad's done well. When Chad's gotten in the games last year in particular, he's done very well, very productive. He's been, for 2 years now, has been a really good, strong contributor on special teams, and has really led the way when it comes to production that way as well, along with Skowski. And I just think I think what you've seen with him, again, just the maturing within the system and playing confident, and I don't know, breakout is fair. I think that you probably see him maybe earlier in games than maybe in the past, and but we trust him. He's become a really good player and a great leader and a great worker, great teammate. And Judah Davis had a very good fall camp as well, right there with him, and really showed up consistently, in fall camp too.
A lot of players with this experience, you've seen them in games. What are you hoping to learn this Saturday when you guys kick off?
Just to play, disciplined and consistent. Along with that, or just you're playing a triple option style of team. You've got to have great eyes and just the discipline that it takes to play at a really high level. Even moving forward, it's not like you don't have to have the same kind of discipline when you're playing, Texas A&M or Georgia Southern or Georgia Tech, Syracuse, so forth. I mean, you got to have it every week. But just to see him again playing against someone else to test those things, you want to see a level of physicality. You want to see a level of intelligence. You want to see the discipline. And then again, they won't play a perfect game. So okay, now what can we learn from it? A year ago, we played Kent State, and you have all the same questions, and we have the same concerns. And you get out of the game. I think they passed it maybe twice in a game, and they tried to run the triple option. They hadn't shown that on tape. We really defended it well. So that surprised us coming out of that game. Wow, we defended that pretty well. And all those snaps we took in fall camp getting ready for them, well, you felt like it was kind of a waste. But in reality, it wasn't, just because, again, you play football. You got to play defense. You got to be able to stop the run and then defend all the play action passes that are off of it. And so, this will be a great test in so many ways, but that'll be a big part of it. And again, moving forward, trying to develop a cohesion, particularly in that secondary, that we're counting on to both support the run and, again, be in position and the discipline it takes to defend the pass. That'll be a big challenge for us that way.
At defensive end, depth-wise, how many guys do you feel like are ready to go up and play right now?
Oh, probably 6 to 7.
All the guys on the depth chart, you feel like are.
I mean, we're gonna play them. Yeah, absolutely. Logan, Justin, Chris was banged up a good part of camp, but Logan and Justin, they both had excellent camps. And again, I've alluded to Xavier and KJ both have made marked improvement, and Xavier brought a level of physicality and explosiveness that you really like. And Richard Jurgen has decided not to play, but so along with Austin and Cleveland, that's a group of guys that you're going to see play.
Brent, how has Skowski progressed since he came back?
Good. Yeah, he's practiced about the last week.
Feel good about him being back up?
Yeah. I haven't given him as many reps, but he's fully cleared. Those foots are a hard thing. You got to be really careful. You see a lot of guys re-break them, and again, I like where we're at linebacker. He's one of the best ones we got, but we got a really good group that's got great experience and terrific intelligence to understand our defense and how we do things. And again, to me, that's what allows you to have a chance to win and play really good defense. And then if you get a guy that's got exceptional skill, maybe he's ultra physical, really fast, anticipates things well, can make a difference. But I really like the group, Wiskowski, but we're still really solid, without him.
You have a couple of freshman linebackers, Jake and Mike. How
Yeah, that's been the selling point to both of them, you know, just going through, you know, different players that we've had, you know, that have redshirted and have really benefited. You know, they hate it immediately, but again, it really pays off 3-4 years down the road to be able to develop, you know, emotionally, physically, you know, mentally, all those things. So I think it's very valuable when you can do that. And to me, they have to make you play them. You know, with the kind of depth that we have, you know, again, a guy like Xavier Thomas, you know, the things that he has shown, it's like, well, you can't redshirt that guy. And but the players usually know whether or not they're ready to, you know, and they'll both be the first ones to tell you that they'll benefit greatly from it.
Brent, what's it been like? What's it been like having Jake around at camp? And has there been anything surprising to you, either as a dad or as a coach?
It's been great for me. It's been fun to just watch him watch us, you know, and send him out there every once in a while and let him run around and have some confidence about him. He's really been one of the better ones we've had, just as far as coming in summer and really being able to pick up what we do. And I've been really impressed with him. I made that remark, and not just, and that's the thing. You're like, listen, you know me as dad.